Hello, this is Trent Smith with the National Weather Service in Missoula, Montana, doing the planning briefing for November 12th of 2020. Looking at the matrix ago, give a quick summary of what's going to occur. We do actually have quite a bit of weather that's going to be coming in tonight through Friday, lingering into Saturday, some continued snow showers on Sunday, some concerns about freezing rain on Monday, looking pretty nice on Tuesday, followed up with probably another system for mid to late next week. So let me kind of go over the overall pattern of what's going to be setting up over the Northern Rockies. What I'm looking at here is predominantly low-level temperatures across the region to kind of explain how this is all going to be setting up. So for today, the black lines is kind of the height patterns, and you can see that there is kind of a ridge of high pressure over the Northern Rockies right now with relatively cool temperatures. The dashed blue line is the 0 degrees Celsius, so temperatures colder than that, below freezing. On the other side is above freezing, and this is going to help try to explain the situations that's going to probably set up later the next couple of days, and maybe even into the Monday time frame. So as that ridge starts shifting off, we're going to be in a good westerly flow pattern, bringing in plenty of moisture late tonight into Friday morning, looking at some decent snow amounts across the higher terrain and even some snow down into the valley's time frame. But during the day on Friday, we'll actually have another system that's going to be making its way into the coast. That's actually going to cause those temperatures to warm slightly, especially that Friday night into Saturday morning. Temperatures start creeping up, so there's a chance of some freezing rain in a few areas, especially across north central Idaho and parts of western Montana. And then a cold front comes streaming through the area early Saturday morning, causing temperatures to crash right back down, and then all areas should be getting some snow again. That'll linger, then come on Sunday, we'll actually start getting into more of a southwesterly flow pattern into the area, warmer temperature and still some showery conditions lingering across the area. So by Monday morning, we could probably see some pockets of freezing rain again across the Northern Rockies, but I think the impact's going to be relatively low, but we can't rule it out. Then we should stay relatively mild for the first part of the week. We'll have off and on showers, but really not looking at too much in the way of impacts. And then by mid next week, we do actually have this bigger system that's going to be grazing the coast, but that should actually bring quite a bit of moisture into the area, bringing some good snow amounts to the mountains. So let me take a closer dive look into what's actually going to occur late tonight through the Saturday time frame. I'm starting at midnight tonight on Friday. This is the model's depiction of the radar. So as you can see, we are looking at some snow moving into the area. Maybe some lower valleys across north central Idaho could see a rain or rain snow mix with the onset of this precipitation. But we are looking at some good snow amounts in the higher terrain, especially along the Montana-Idaho border, down through Idaho and Clearwater counties. And that should linger most of the day on Friday into the evening time frame. And then that cold front comes through. We're going to be looking at some pretty gusty winds associated with that front, causing some downsloping effects across the area, especially Missoula in the I-90 corridor from Drummond down to Butte. Probably isn't going to see a huge impact with it. And then we kind of just stay showery Friday night through the day Saturday. And again, it's during this time that we are kind of showery. It doesn't look to be like a lot of, it doesn't appear to be cold enough to create enough ice crystals for snow to form. So that's why we're thinking that there's the potential of some freezing rain or freezing drizzle to develop in some areas, especially kind of Missoula down through north central Idaho time frame. And then during the day on Saturday, we kind of stay in this pattern with some lingering showers. but there does be the indication that some snow bands could develop over the area. And if we can get a decent snow band to develop, areas underneath it will actually receive a significant amount of snow. Exactly where those snow bands are going to set up is pretty uncertain right now, but the conditions does appear that by Saturday morning time frame we could see a few snow bands developing. So what are we kind of looking like for snow amounts? So right here I've got the 6-hour snowfall accumulation to kind of give you a timing of when we're anticipating the heaviest snow. And again, I'm actually starting this on Thursday afternoon and then going through Thursday night onward. So early Thursday evening, probably just seeing some lingering showers across northwest Montana. And then after midnight is when the moisture really starts streaming into the areas, and the northern parts of northwest Montana, especially the mountains, will be receiving. And it's really kind of that 6 a.m. to noon time frame Friday morning where the snow amounts will really start ticking off in the higher terrain. There is some concerns over in the Glacier Park where we don't think that the air will mix out as well, especially those valleys where the snow could linger, especially during the kind of the Friday afternoon time frame. And that moisture moves even farther down, probably having a decent impact at Lookout and Lolo Pass during this time frame. Just due to the amount of winds associated with it, we are anticipating quite a bit of downsloping effects in the valleys. That's why this model is really showing some hefty snow amounts. So Missoula right now, Friday afternoon, we're showing about a 0 amount of snow. Kalispell about 4/10, but yet Lookout a 1/2 inch, and probably at Lolo Pass probably getting anywhere from about 2 to 4 inches also during this time frame. And then that system keeps on lingering into Friday evening, and then just slowly shutting down during the day, Friday night into Saturday. But again, still looking at some showery conditions and maybe even the potential of snow bands setting up. But it's really kind of that Thursday night, Friday day that I think that is going to be the biggest impact. Again, this is Friday morning, Friday afternoon, and then Friday evening, and then things really start tapering down. But again, can't rule out those snow bands. So what kind of snow totals are we kind of looking at here? So this is the 48-hour snowfall accumulation, so storm total starting Friday 12Z or Friday morning through Sunday morning. So this is what the models are kind of coming up with, to where again Lookout Pass is going to be looking at about 10 inches of snow. Lolo Pass also about 10 inches. Lost Trail can get anywhere from about 5 to 8 inches during the storm. The bigger question is what's the valley is going to get. Missoula is saying about 2.5 inches, up in Kalispell about 3.7. But if you notice that Glacier Park kind of area, the Silly Swans, since it doesn't appear to get as much downsloping, the valleys have the potential of getting a decent amount of snow associated with that. But again, that's kind of the mean of all the models that we've been looking at, and just due to the amount of wind associated with it, the least amount, the areas that will see at least this amount, again, the mountains along the Montana-Idaho border definitely going to get it. So the low end is about 4 inches with this storm at Lolo Pass, 3 inches, where again, Kalispell, not really looking at too much, maybe an inch or two. Missoula, not looking at much, maybe a dusting, just due to the amount of wind associated with this. But on the flip side, if everything follows comes together perfectly. The high end of this storm could be 5 inches in Missoula, 7 inches up in Kalispell, even more, about 10 inches up in the valleys of around Glacier Park and the Silly Swan, and also with Lost Trail, Lookout getting about 18, Lolo getting 18, and Lost Trail getting 14. So again, this is the high end of the storm, so there is a huge difference between the low end, again, where we're only looking at maybe up to 6 inches in the mountains along the Montana-Idaho border, but it could be even more. So the middle of the road for us right now is looking at about 10 inches along the Montana-Idaho border, with a few inches in the valley. And southwest Montana will probably not see too much due to the amount of wind that we'll be experiencing. So as for that wind, let me kind of highlight a few areas of concern. So I'm starting at Friday morning time frame. Actually, let me go back to starting this evening. So this is Thursday evening at about 8 p.m. We'll start seeing these southerly winds develop across the Grangeville, Riggins area. There's going to be a nice pressure gradient that's going to be setting up there, and those winds will just steadily increase through the Friday morning hours and get actually quite breezy with gust potential of about 40, maybe even 50 miles per hour in a few spots on the Camas Prairie. That could be a huge concern for blowing snow, especially that Highway 95 just south of Grangeville could indicate have some blowing snow with it, since there's still quite a bit of snow around the area. So that's probably going to be the biggest area of concern tomorrow. We will get quite breezy across southwest Montana. There could be some areas of blowing snow on Friday, but nothing of great consequence. I think on Friday the main concern is going to be out on the Camas Prairie down to Riggins of Idaho. And then that cold front comes through the area Friday night into Saturday, bringing quite breezy conditions, especially during the early morning hours. This is where that Highway 90 corridor from Drummond down to Anaconda could have some issues. If there's still some snow on the ground, it could be causing some blowing snow in this area. Will make it difficult for high profile vehicles to drive through. These winds will also mix down to the valley floor, so there could be some issues of gusty winds along the Bitterroot Valley, and also maybe even portions of the Mission Valleys, and especially kind of that Hot Springs up to the southern end of the Flathead Lake could see some pretty breezy conditions by Saturday morning. And then as that cold front continues to move out of the area, we are anticipating it to just kind of remain breezy, but not nearly as strong as what we're going to see with the first passage of that cold front. So that's what I have right now. If you have any questions, please feel free to give us a call at the number on the screen. Visit our website, or you can follow us on Facebook or Twitter. Thank you very much.